Hey, my friends, it's your girl Tisha popping by with yet another Tisha-ism. Today I heard something that made me say, So right now I'm reading a book, Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. And in the book, he's talking about friendship and betrayal. And here's what he said. When a friend makes a mistake, the friend remains a friend and the mistake remains a mistake. Well, he goes on to say that two conflicting things can be true at the same time. So, how do you reconcile? How do you reconcile when a friend has betrayed you? That they've done something that just is so out of character and you're not really sure, do I take this friend back? Do they remain in my inner circle? Like, do I throw the friendship in the trash? Like, what's what? How do you decide? I'm gonna go ahead and be transparent and say, baby, if you betrayed me, we done. We done being friends. We done having a relationship. We done with all that, right? So I've already had this conversation with you about boundaries or my lack thereof. But here's what it had me thinking. The difference between a friend making a mistake and then being able to stay in your life and you needing to disregard them to protect yourself is in the pattern. The proof is in the pattern. So if you had a friend and they just had this one-off thing and, it went crazy, it went to the left, and you maybe can work it out, right? And generally, if you have this conversation with a friend, hey, that didn't really work for me, or this happened, and they can say, you know what, I get that. That was not my intent. That's not what I intended to do. Let's work through it, right? That's one thing. When you have that one friend that keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you've seen them betray other people, and they're the one that's gossiping to you about the friend that's they're smiling in their face afterwards, that's different. See, in that situation, you have a pattern. And the pattern is they can't be trusted. So let's bring it all home. The difference between a friend being a friend and a mistake being a mistake is how they react and respond afterwards. And have you noticed a pattern? Because people have a tendency to be the same in different environments. So if you see you've got a friend that has a history of betrayal and they do it to you, that's the pattern. If you had a one-off disagreement and something kind of went to the left, but they're willing to acknowledge how they harmed you and how their behavior made you feel some kind of way, you can probably still work on that friendship. Weigh in. Have you ever had a situation with a friend of yours that betrayed you and you were able to work it through? What about that one that kept doing the same thing over and over and over again? And you noticed a pattern. Here's what we know to be true. You can have a confliction. Someone can love you and still betray you. And just because you love that person, just because you have a relationship with them, just because you have a history with them, does not mean that they can continue in your life. Trust is a huge factor. Did that happen to you? Tell me when it happened and how did you resolve it? I will talk to you again soon, my friends. It's your girl Tisha popping by with yet another Tisha-ism. I want to hear from you. Let me know.